You are now listening to Snide Remarks. Here are your hosts, and Traffic.
And now it's Tech Talk with A. Chamarthy.
So Anand, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
So let's just get right onto it. So what's your thoughts on Facebook purchasing the Oculus Rift? And even even though it's been a while since this happened, but WhatsApp as well. Like, what are the significance of these moves?
And I would say just explain Oculus Rift, because it's something that I don't think many people still know about.
Or sure. WhatsApp, actually, even then.
Right. So kind of just jumping right into it, Facebook's more recent moves, as you mentioned, buying WhatsApp and Oculus, remind me a lot of a post-IPO Google, in the sense that both companies realized that their core product has kind of matured and they have to start diversifying in order to maintain their growth. We saw this with Google. They were just a search engine to begin with, and obviously now they have their hands in almost everything. Facebook's just getting started. Related to WhatsApp, I think, the numbers were very, very clear to them. The growth was just there. It was phenomenal. I think the overall traffic they were generating rivaled that of the global SMS traffic, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So that to me makes a lot of sense. They were looking to diversify, and the numbers were just too good to pass up, basically. And obviously, you get a very talented team who built that team, and I think the stories of the founders are pretty amazing. I think one of them was actually homeless. So overall, a great outcome for everybody involved. Oculus Rift is a virtual reality company, and I think several of our listeners can relate to virtual reality by those old Nintendo headsets they used to wear. But the problem with those is you would get headaches if you tried wearing it more than 15 minutes, right? Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
You're right. So Oculus was really the first virtual reality company to come out there and get this right. And, they built a great product in which you didn't get a headache and you could wear it for extended periods of time.
And it is a head-mounted display.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's right. So I think from their perspective, it's a very complicated technology, and in order to continue making the advances that they want to make, and in order to continue taking the risks that they want to take, they would have to keep going out there and raising money. And when you go out there and tell investors that, I want to take all these risks, it may or may not work, but I need, almost $250 million, that's not something your average investor wants to hear. So I think now they can leverage Facebook's, existing technology and resources, and basically continue to try and fail all on Facebook's dime. They don't have to worry about raising more money or showing a profit to investors. They are free to do whatever they want.
Were these purchases more of accumulating talent in case these two flop?
Right. I think, like Google, Facebook has some of the world's smartest minds working there. They have, arguably the world's greatest data set, and they have a lot of important people doing really important work with data. In a sense, they pioneered data science and, the field of data as it's known today. So I think, getting people, whether it's the founder of WhatsApp or founder of Oculus, is building on top of that talent. I think, they are trying to accumulate the world's best minds and compete with a place like Apple or Google.
I want to talk about the Oculus itself, the virtual reality system. I mean, it looks really cool, 1280 by 800 resolution. It's got a 7-inch screen. Do you see, and of course it's going to be used mainly for gaming. I know they've already released some games on its software like Left 4 Dead 2 and Skyrim. Mm-hmm. Do you see this as the future of gaming? I mean, I know at one time we thought the Wii was the future of gaming and then Kinect. Is this the future?
So I think, some people are concerned that when Facebook got out and bought Oculus, they thought, well, they're just going to use it for Farmville or something, and it's going to be a watered down version of virtual reality, and you're going to see a bunch of advertisements and stuff like that. But I think Mark Zuckerberg has a more comprehensive vision than that. If you listen to some of his more recent presentations, he talked about using it as a platform to really communicate. Imagine being in an immersive courtside sports experience, or just being able to communicate with your doctor from home, and the doctor being able to diagnose you and what's going on. So I think Mark Zuckerberg definitely has a vision that goes beyond gaming. I think gaming is kind of an obvious application they can start out with, but I do see applications that branch out beyond that.
But you would think, I guess, maybe that Facebook would be less likely to take risks than before Oculus was bought. I would imagine that Oculus as a startup company might be more ambitious, more experimental with it, but Facebook probably wants a sure thing, so it may not, the field of virtuality may not expand as much.
Well, that's the thing. Even though it's an acquisition, they're still going to allow Oculus to kind of operate like their own team.
Okay.
And they're also going to allow WhatsApp to operate like their own team.